Yeah, shalom, shalom. I had to do a part two of this because there was some parts that I had kept stopping because the nurse kept coming in and out and kind of like distracting me and whatnot. But we back to the story. We were at right here. We was here with food prices already straining household budgets in high cost areas like New York City. Officials are pushing urgent legislation to curb the tactic, and they should, man, because it's never going to benefit the people, man. And when you got a wicked government that concerns themselves with more and more and more, the greed is only going to possess them. You know what I'm saying? And shit, we know the descriptions, Matthew 6:24. Um, you can't serve two masters. You can't love. Hold on, let's get that Matthew. Right, Matthew's 6:24 says, "No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve power and mammon." And that was written for the Israelites. But these tactics, or the play of trying to do both, is of the heathen nations, but they don't, they won't do both because they don't, they have idols as God. Their money is their God. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, maybe they can work it out, but we as Israelites, we can't do both. We got to do one or the other. You know what I'm saying? And we usually go to the righteous acts. You know, it's just nature. It's just a natural occurrence. Um, Also, I wanted to pull up this one. With that in mind, you know, uh, okay, on Thursday, City Council Speaker Julie Menon, sorry, Menon, and Councilman Sean uh, Abreu, 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 Abreu from Northern Manhattan are set to introduce separate bills targeting these dynamic pricing strategies. And it's like, you know, it's like, oh man, let's get that. Jeremiah, be that building to a house by unrighteousness. These are the things, man. These are the consequences that come, and this is what's to come to him. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look at it from these perspectives. It says Jeremiah 22:13, "Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong." And he's on top now, but his reign is about to be over, man. He's almost done. He's almost out of here, and he constantly doing more and more and more. That his stench can reach the heavens, man. He can't undo nothing. He can't undo nothing. The Lord said he want his blood to purify the land. You can't do you can't pure the land without this bloodshed that's to come, man. without the day of the Lord. So he has to pay. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna pay. And you know, there's nothing we got to worry about, man. It's just staying focused, you know, and keeping our eyes on the prize, man, which is that crown, you know. And it says, Menden's proposal would impose a broad ban on surveillance pricing across the 5 boroughs. Abaru's measure would limit retail food stores, including groceries and bodegas, from raising prices more than once within a 24-hour period, which is BS because if they're doing it, there's nothing you can do about it, right? Because the next line is going to speak, the next paragraph going to speak to that, right? It says it's actually hard to detect if you're a victim of surveillance pricing. Ms. Menon said, which then makes it more imperative than ever that we legislate this practice because this is very difficult to detect for consumers, right? So if you can't detect it, you can't see it happening. How are you going to stop it? How are you going to know who's being dealt with and ill? You know what I'm saying? Let's get one more scripture and get on, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna close out. This is Makai, where is that? 2, right? Uh, yeah. It says, "Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." Right? You come up with these weird laws. You come up with these um, different ways to oppress and deprive, and you wake up the next morning, with this bright idea, and you go to the legislators and put it in effect, or probably do it, you know, and put it in effect, and it never pans out. There's always some things left on the table, and it's just to earn a quick buck, and it's to earn a quick buck, and to disenfranchise and set people, man. You know, yeah. Hopefully that was an edifying lesson. It gave you some insight on what this government is working, which they constantly do, revise and renew old tricks, you know. But hopefully this was an edifying lesson to the point. I want to give all honor and glory to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, B'Tahak, B'Dash. Double honor to the elder apostles teaching us this truth in sincerity. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. On to the next.